I know it's been a little while. I've been running a race every day. And I'm barely keeping up. Summer's here. Everything's growing like crazy. And all the pests and stuff are showing up because there's food everywhere for them. So I've been doing my due diligence to control them to the best of my ability. And I've been having to water a lot because we just haven't been getting any rain. I mean, we're not dealing with drought conditions like everyone in the West, right, is, you know, we're not dealing with that, thank God. We're just not really getting any rain. We're getting very little rain. And what happens here where I live frequently is that we'll have a storm that's coming, and I live in a valley, a mountain valley. So oftentimes when the system hits the ridge, it just breaks it up. And then I end up getting no rain or very little rain. And there's no substitution for rain when it comes to plants. Like, watering is necessary, but regular water from the hose doesn't do what the rainwater does, that's for sure. But everyone's thriving, everyone's doing well. And I'll turn around and give you guys a quick look-see tour. I'm finishing up my electric fence today, finally. It turned out that I needed other stuff. I don't know anything about this electrical fences and things like that, but I'm learning. Anyway, I'm gonna put the wire up today. We've got all of the grounding rods in, and we have the solar charger up on the post. So the only thing that has to happen now is I've got to put the wire up, and then when Zach gets home, then he can connect the whole business, and then off we go. I feel like I should have a trail cam or two so I could see what happens. So I could see those little buggers getting the shock of their life when they try to get into my stuff. Anyway, I'm going to turn you guys around and give you a little quick tour. Okay guys, here's a quickish tour of what's happening in this wild ass garden. These things are coming to their end, I guess, but they're still growing, so as long as they are producing, I'm eating them. I'm gonna have some collards this morning and some Swiss chard. Got beans over here starting to trellis. Look at how cute that is. A bean in its little cage up there. Bean plant. Yeah, like these zinnias aren't looking so hot. Here's the pond. These guys are doing good. Everyone's still hanging in there. And I think these are also coming to their end. These, I believe, are parsnips. Lettuce is still producing. Lettuce is still producing. I think I'm going to replant this whole bed with lettuces and kind of shade tolerant stuff. Not so great over here. But what I did is I planted a lot of the same thing in different spots because I wanted to see who would do good in what area. Now I know that in this specific area, when it's closer to fall, end of summer, fall, I'm getting a little more sun over here, and these squash plants do well. So I don't know, I'll just leave those there for now. Maybe they'll just kind of hang out until that happens. And all along the side up here, my morning glories, which people hate, by the way, because they're invasive. But I feel like, I don't know, I mean, they've been putting my foot in my mouth. Look at this flower. I mean, I feel like you can't even duplicate these colors. This one. Anyhow, invasive. So these are kind of newish beans that I put in. I discovered that eggshells are the best way to control slugs, you guys. All my calendula is starting to bloom. I've got some new things in these little fence beds here. One of my only sunflowers that's coming up. All I did was struggle trying to get sunflowers to grow this year. They were just getting murdered before they were even coming up. Here's another sunflower. I have a handful of them up here, but I guess the ratio is not too good considering that I probably put in 200 seeds. I might be exaggerating a little bit. More calendula. Some of these are straw flowers, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know. Sorry, my camera work is pretty bad. Cucumbers. I'm dealing with these guys now. There, where is it? There it is. See this? I think they are, I'm not absolutely positive. I think it's squash bugs. And I put in some stuff to try to keep those guys out of my way, which is nasturtium and radishes. More beans. Stuff up there is doing pretty good. One more sunflower plant. The sunflower survivors, these guys. Yeah, so hopefully it's one of those big giant ones that I planted. All my squash plants are doing pretty good. They are getting a little attacked by stuff, and I've been turning them over a lot, and as disgusting as this sounds, I've been squashing eggs, and they come in these little like clusters of yellow eggs, and those are future destructive squash bugs. So I've been looking for those guys and getting rid of them. All these things seem to be doing pretty good. Tomatoes are growing. I don't know what happened to this guy. Some kind of blight. Sorry, camera work. Some kind of blight on this. A couple little peppers here. I don't know, you guys. Peppers are like the hardest thing ever. The hardest thing ever. Oh, what's this? What's this little asshole doing? Oh no, it's nothing now. All right, lots of tomatoes. And I made these tomato cages because I couldn't find these other common tomato cages, these. And then I saw some people just like dissing these tomato cages. So I had some wire and I saw some of this online, and so I just created these with the wire I had. More peppers. Like the peppers I had last year, I felt like they stayed like this for a really long time. And then when fall came around and everything else was going away, they started actually producing fruit. And then it was time to take them out. So I don't know the deal with peppers, you guys. I'm not gonna worry about it this year. Tomato beds. I put up trellises with T-posts, and I was gonna go get cattle panels, and then I was like, yeah, I have a Prius, so it's not the easiest thing for me to get a cattle panel. I was just gonna cut it and then either strap it to my roof or whatever, just figure out how to get it home. I've gotten crazier things home than that. But I had this wire. I already had this fencing wire. So I was like, well, what do I want to go spend money for? And, you know, I'll use this, and if it doesn't work out, then I'll just, next year, I'll get the cattle panels. Maybe someone with a truck will take pity on me. I know my friend Eric will take pity on me. But anyway, here's more tomatoes. So there's all tomatoes in here. I did 2 separate trellises to give them plenty of ventilation in the middle. And I've got marigolds, and I've got lettuces, and I also planted more radishes here by my squash plant. Trying to do some companion planting stuff. This is a tomatillo that is not doing great. Something is attacking it. Kind of looks like, I mean, those little holes look like flea beetles. Can you see those little teeny tiny holes? My potato plants are also looking terrible. This is almost done. This is almost done. I just got to put the stuff in the top here and strap it down, and then I'll be filling the middle with some dirt, and then that's another planting area. Kind of closes off this, my two beds there and there. Cleared this bed out a little yesterday. I put beans, cucumbers, and melons because I put this trellis up with the T-post. And yeah, and I did some stuff up here. Put that up, and then I put another one over there. So I'll probably put grow bags on these spaces. I happen to kind of like these grow bags, and I don't know, some people don't like them. Anyway, it creates this kind of trench in here where I'm gonna probably see how my squash grows in there. And above the trench, I'll actually create a walkway with pavers, and I need to create retaining walls up here. So, but I'm not, I'm moving on to some other things right now. I don't need to get to any of this stuff really quickly. And yeah, here's some of my other stuff. Beans growing, cucumbers in here too. Eggshells. Eggshells rock, you guys. Seriously, eggshells are the best thing so far. Some nasturtium and marigolds. Zoom over here. My potatoes look like crap. I don't know what's going on. Some kind of blight or something. The flea beetles have definitely gotten to them. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over here. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. But in the meantime, these potatoes are unmolested. But right over here, these are doing terrible. I see my good friend on Friday night who is a really great gardener, so we'll see if she has any gardening insight for me. More squash plants. I planted a lot of squash plants, and they're doing pretty good. I just come and I look for squash bugs. If I found one, I would show it to you. And what's cool about putting them up is that if you get low and you get underneath them, you can see, without having to flip over each leaf, you can see if there's any of those clusters of eggs. And then you can get them. More stuff here, beans and tomatoes, more tomatoes. The tomatoes seem to like it up here. That was an experiment. Here I've got okra, sorghum, amaranth. There's some sunflowers in here somewhere. Oh, here he is. This guy, you know why they call him a squash bug? Because I'm going to squash him. See? That little jerk. That little jerk. Nope, it's not a ladybug. It's a squash bug. Right, you guys. I hope everyone's doing great. And I'm going to get back to work. Yeah, that's my garden story for the third week of June. Just really getting heated up here in the growing season. Things are going wild. I'm eating greens and salads and things every day, and it's great. And yeah, so that's my story. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.